Smoke it.
Smoke it. Smoke it.
Smoke it.
Smoke it.
Friend of the show. What was his name? Chumbus?
He wakes up in bed and he's just fucking Hal from Malcolm in the Middle.
Real quick before we jump into this is the second to last episode of this. The next time you see us doing this, that will be the finale.
Betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men, almost lost to the deep, now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
About what they do right now.
Welcome to BeefBoys.
Okay, not Dopeflix.
Hi, it's me. Nice to meet you.
Courtney, cut all of that.
I'll do it.
Hello, small
I'm
character.
Charmander.
Small character, what's your name?
My name's Charmander.
Oh, it's
I recently learned a new trick.
it's a pleasure to meet you, Charmander. What's your role in the BeefBoys going to be? Interesting. Do you have a YouTube channel, Charmander?
Charmander.
I am so proud of myself for eating diarrhea, and I'm so happy I have diarrhea in my stomach. And I hope you enjoy watching me eat my diarrhea.
Okay, thank you, Charmander.
All right, that's going to be a recurring character on the Beef Boys. So, everyone say thank you and hello to Charmander.
Everybody say thank you, Charmander. Yeah, everybody welcome the newest Beef Boys.
And he's dead. Okay, well, never mind. Charmander's never coming back on the show. But thanks anyway. Welcome to Beef Boys. You were back.
Hi.
My worst night of weed. This is the first thing on the show, Doc.
Uh-oh.
Whose first night of weed? Yours?
No, my worst night of mead. My
worst
night of
times?
mead. Yeah, I got
that.
fucked up at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah. Faded at the Ren Fair off the fucking weed.
Y'all getting crossfaded.
He's trying to pick up a fucking maid.
I got slapped by a barmaid. It was not a good time. Okay, so the other day I went to, and I recently got like a Twitch or YouTube payout from streaming, and I was fuck it, I'm just gonna make a really dumb purchase. So I bought. Thank you. I bought a $48 joint.
What the
Jesus.
fuck, Andrew? What the?
It was like 40%. Cannabis or some shit. Yeah. Like it was a big boy. I still have half of it. I've smoked it like 2 or 3 times at this point, and it gets me plenty. But the first night, I was wildly unprepared for the adventure I was about to go on.
Your brain just
so I smoke it. That is literally what happened. I start smoking. I'm vibing. I cough pretty hard because I went a little harder than I needed to. So we come back inside. Jared is chilling with us. Courtney's playing, I think, God of War or was watching something. And I'm just standing against the counter in the kitchen. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, whoa, I'm getting pretty high. This might be the highest I've ever gotten. And as it continues to climb, my throat gets more and more like... Like I'm coughing more, I'm having trouble swallowing.
Yeah.
So I start sipping the water, the agua. And as I sip more and more water and my throat does not heal up, I get more and more full. And as we all know,
I'm about to bust.
If I get too full and my throat starts acting up, I am in critical danger of throwing up.
Right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, "Oh god. I'm gonna die tonight. I just know it." And I'm staring at both of them.
I paid $50 to die.
Exactly. I'm staring at both of them, and I am so high and so scared of throwing up in front of them and admitting how high I am. I'm like,
Mommy, I threw up.
I'm stun locked in my own brain. There's just a loop. And I'm looking
Courtney's
at Courtney,
gonna break
and I
up
want
with you
to
for being
sit
too
down.
high.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
She's
terrified
just like,
of my
done.
girlfriend of 7 years of finding out I'm too high in this one moment.
Tell her.
Am I the asshole? My boyfriend got too high.
So I killed him.
So I get
Relationship advice. My boyfriend spent $48
Am
on
I
a
the
joint.
asshole?
should I get rid of him? So I'm looking at her, and I really want
puts you
to
up
sit
for
in the chair
adoption.
so I can try. Just puts me on the black market
Yeah.
because I want to sit down. I want to like try and just ride this out,
Yeah.
and just
That's all
be
you can
okay.
do, really.
And I'm looking at Courtney, and I am in my head going over a million different ways how to normally say, Courtney, can you check your phone? Because I texted her, dude, I'm super high. Can I please sit down? And she wasn't looking at her phone.
Wait,
so I'm
wait,
sitting
wait.
there just like locked in fear, thinking,
talk
how
to
can
her
I
in real
nor?
life.
Your
Yeah,
living room
how
has
do I
2
talk to
chairs
this
and a
woman?
couch that can fit 4 people on it.
Yeah.
I realized that, but I was very high, and I just wanted my chair because that's like
I see.
that's my safe zone.
Right.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
I
it's a
wanted
safe
something
spot.
familiar
Yeah.
to just be like,
It's a bonfire.
yeah,
of
my
Dark
my
Souls.
bonfire, exactly.
You're like a fucking.
I was gonna
you're
light
like a
the
dog while
bonfire.
fireworks are going off.
Exactly. I wanted to
I gotta
hide
lay
under
under
the
this
table.
specific shoe, or I will be in danger.
He's like humping while pissing.
Exactly.
You rest on, you rest on the
That's why
couch. and
Courtney's gonna break up with him.
you rest on the couch and the joint respawns and you have to fight it again.
Yeah, and I'm like, ah! I start freaking out. I'm like, it's back. So I'm looking at her, and I'm like, there's a million different, like, hey, Courtney, check your phone. Hey, Courtney, can you check
Hey,
your phone?
babe.
Hey, babe, can you check your phone? And I finally spit it out, and I was so high, it felt like I listened to a recording of myself doing a take I didn't know I did. Because I just
That
hit
happens
this, like,
to me when I'm
hey,
high.
Courtney,
Yeah.
exactly. So I hit it, and I'm like, hey, Courtney, can you check your phone? And she reads it, and she's like, are you pretty high? And I was like, yeah, I need to sit down. So
Dude,
I sit
Jared's
down.
probably sitting there in between the two of you, like, oh, he just told her like they're gonna cook me tonight.
Yeah.
like they're gonna cut up my legs and turn them into fucking turkey
like,
bacon.
this is it.
Like,
Finally.
why is he actively communicating on a phone when we're all sitting together? We're
Yeah.
best friends.
So I sit down. It doesn't help. I get up to go throw up. I know it's coming. I throw up just this orange, watery shit. Like, it's just nothing. I am, I'm
And I am so proud of myself
it's
for eating diarrhea.
myself for eating diarrhea, exactly. And it all came back out. So I'm throwing up. I flush it. It's a bad time. And then I start really
you feeling
coughing.
better?
Not really, sort of.
Yeah.
But what
High
happens
puking
next,
doesn't really help.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Yeah, no, it does not help at all.
It just
So
ruins the high
I-
because now you've puked.
Yeah. Their throat
Yeah.
hurts.
So, well, exactly. And I cough up this tiny little thing
Oh,
that has some blood on it. And it
Scrappy
also
Doo.
kind of
Scrappy Doo is controlling him.
He couldn't get out of his chest door, so he just forced Andrew to fucking throw him up.
Out, yell,
throw him up.
puppy power.
Scrappy, what are you doing? But I'm looking at it, and it looks like, again, I'm so high. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's probably just phlegm.
Yeah.
But in the back of my head,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what if that was a chunk of your lung, bro? What if this is it?
That's such an extreme.
Courtney comes in, she's like, Andrew, it's just mucus. Like, you're not dying, okay? And I'm sitting on the floor.
You just turn your guts
I look
inside out.
awful.
Yeah.
Did she
Yeah,
really
exactly.
say it
I
like
look-
that, bro? Like, you gotta care for your homies when they're freaking out on the green, bro.
Yeah.
No, she was all
She's
right.
like,
She
Andrew,
came in,
it's
she
just
was
fucking
like,
phlegm, you fucking loser. Can you
fucking
come back in the
bitch, you
living room?
pussy.
We're watching fucking Paddington 2. It's the
And
middle
then-
of the movie, bro.
Courtney didn't do that. She was very nice. She calmed me down. I'm like, okay, I'm not dying. I'm staring at the bowl. I'm kind of coming down off of it. And that's exactly as Kudo said earlier. I'm like, I spent $50 to have the worst night of my life. And then I said, I'm going to go play video game. Best night ever. Donuts, Sly Cooper. Okay, ate too many donuts, but not too bad. I just ate a little too much. And then I don't remember the rest of the night. I think I went to bed.
Well,
Let's go, bro. That's
What a
epic.
night. What a story.
Yeah. It was,
So that was
Did you
that
really
was
play
my,
Sly Cooper?
my $50 joint story.
It was
That was the
worth
night you
every
got your
penny.
PlayStation, right?
That was the night I got the PlayStation.
That's
yeah.
a vibe.
that's a vibe.
That's a
Mine was-
vibey night.
Yeah. Well, besides the vomit and the thinking you were dying.
And the blood.
Outside of that.
Yeah.
That's just like his power up.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
gotta
I got to
puke
get
in
through
them.
that.
Yeah.
has like a brief negative effect, and then it's positive after that.
Yeah, and then he can spit bloody phlegm on people and give them AIDS. It's a damage
blood.
over time.
Girl blood.
Girl blood.
For reference, the like a normal joint was like $8, I think.
No, yeah, that's more money than I spent the 13 days I was there at on weed and alcohol.
Oh yeah,
Like,
$48.
I will
for a
not be
joint
doing
is
it
a lot of
again.
money.
No, yeah, like before he got high, he sent that to me, and I was just like, why? And then he got high and never answered. But then the next day I was like, bro, why you spend $50 on a joint?
Yeah.
It's just like, hey.
What
sometimes
makes
you
it
gotta do
$50? Like what?
Yeah,
Would they have gold
The
flakes or
experience,
something?
well, the experience he had. I'm assuming that is for people who are looking to get as far away from reality as they can without taking like
And also
illegal like
probably
mushrooms
sharing
or acid.
Sure.
No, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 4 people that are like, yo, this is about to be the best night ever. But Andrew don't got like the motherfuckers that would do that would be like 10-year smokers. Like you're not really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta be on your Snoop Dogg level to be able to handle.
Well, exactly. And,
Yeah,
and
that's like a
I
bottle of
fully
champagne
understand
or
that
some
now.
shit.
Yeah.
To answer your question, though, THC is like super high. The terps are pretty high, and the terps are basically
Welcome to
what like
420
gives it.
cast.
Bro, we're all in front of green screens.
Apparently, the thing has like 50 hits in it. That's what it says. It's
Sure.
like, can you handle it?
50 hits to
And I'm
get
like,
to the center
no,
of this
I
fucking.
can't.
Does it
joint.
actually have a threat on it? Does it
Yeah,
say-
no, it's like, hang on, let me go get it.
Yeah,
he's getting the
show
no,
us
smoke it.
this fucking Dark Souls boss of a joint.
So this is called the baller badass joint.
That makes it so much more embarrassing.
That's like I bet
Wait,
the guy who came
no,
up
it's
with that
not.
title is like a 45-year-old cholo who like is really into like he's like
Yeah.
a Raiders fan and he likes Pac-Man. You know, he's like,
Okay,
he's
hang
the
on,
baller
I'm
badass
incorrect.
Joint.
So the group is called Baller Joints, and then underneath that it says Badass Joints, and then under that it says Diamond Infused Joint,
Does it have like a
and then
skull
under that it says Grunts.
and a wolf?
There's
And
no
then-
way it has diamonds in it.
Yo, my man's smoking the
Diamonds.
grunts.
It says 50 full-size tokes. Can you handle it? With 2 skulls on either side.
I knew there would be
Jesus.
skulls. I said, "Is there a skull on there?"
That isn't
Total
like if you're,
THC.
if you're high, that would be like, and you saw that and there was skulls on it, you'd be like, what have I done?
Yeah,
I am dying.
it's like a hot.
So it
sauce.
says total THC 518.93 milligrams.
"Smoke it,
Total cannabinoids
smoke
40.29%.
it, light it up right now,
Smoke
Andrew.
it.
Smoke it, smoke it, smoke it,
Smoke it.
Go, 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 go.
Peer
Andrew's
pressure.
gonna die live on their podcast.
And now he's gone. And at this moment,
He goes all
Andrew
the
will
way
be
down to a
embarking on a
gas
journey
station.
very far away from here.
Yeah, he goes to get a lighter and it turns into like a whole Skyrim quest. He gets
Yeah,
fucking
he
picked
meets
up by a
some guy.
dragon and flown to fucking
Yeah.
Greenland.
Yeah.
It cuts to Andrew and he's just like clipping up the Alaskan mountains, like cutting
On a
through it.
horse.
Yeah, on a sideways horse.
Yeah. But it's just Courtney, but like her body's all contorted to like a horse model.
Like the donkey video where it's fucking Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, yeah, it's him and it's fucking Tommy Wiseau from The Room.
Yeah. He's back. He has
This is
returned.
a green lighter, so you're not going to be able to see it. It's going to be invisible.
Yo.
I'm just going to be
You're
like,
just gonna
holding
make fire out of
nothing.
nothing.
that's my superpower.
It really is like Skyrim.
So this thing is also kind of nasty because all of the like smoke from smoking it was just hanging out in here. So
Yeah.
it kind of just makes me feel ill. Just
I hate
smelling
this.
it.
Yeah, the smell of like a half cooked one is awful.
Yeah.
God, it's gonna smell awful in here
Light
for
it.
days.
Here, let's
Fuck you
play
guys.
some gangster baller, whatever the fuck it's called, music. He's lighting it up.
Don't flex, you fucked my 5-minute joke.
Oh, sorry.
I was playing the default music so I can hit the anger music when he cheaps it.
Sorry.
And you played another song.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's funnier that you did that.
All right, Andrew, don't get silly with it. That's 3.
He's getting
All right.
silly.
3? Jesus, I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, we said 1. You said one. Hey, listen. However you feel after this.
Anything that happened, yeah, exactly.
That's on you. That's on you.
Yeah,
my brother.
however you
We said
feel is
one.
on you.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
What the fuck?
You know how fucking Snoop Dogg's just smoking weed all the time? Do you reckon he's smoking that sort of stuff, or do you reckon he's just like puffing on the weakest stuff possible just to kind of have like a continual buzz? Because there's no way you could just live off joints like
There's
that.
a third option, Kudos. There's a third option.
It's tobacco.
No, he doesn't even like weed. He has to keep living this.
Nah, there's no way.
He gave it up years ago.
There's
like
no
whenever he
way.
leaves the room, he's like, oh, God, I hate this shit. I'm done.
if you had to make me bet on like one weird like trope of like a celebrity, like the Rock only has muscles or some shit, like
His muscles are fake.
Snoop Dogg being, I would believe the Rock's muscles were fake before I believe that Snoop Dogg didn't like weed.
Yeah,
weed.
no, that's true.
Yeah, but it is kind of a funny thought though. Like because that is the only defining personality about Snoop Dogg. Like he was like a rapper and stuff. But
Come on, no.
Listen, I'm saying
Bro,
now,
he
like
pioneered.
I know, I understand that, but I'm saying when you think Snoop Dogg, you think like fucking,
The first thing you think of is weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like he even tried.
I think
to
of Drop It
rebrand-
Like It's Hot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But he
that's
tried
what
to
I
like
think.
rebrand his whole. He tried to like
Snoopzilla.
rebrand his whole thing as like a fucking reggae artist because he tried to like double down on the weed shit. So it would be
What was
funny-
it? Snoop Lion?
Yeah,
It was Snoop
Lion.
Lion and
Lion.
Snoopzilla.
Snoop Lion.
Wait, Snoopzilla?
He did that briefly. and then
Snoopzilla.
That was because
He's evolving.
he smoked too many big gangster blunts. Was it big badass blunts or
Big
whatever?
baller, badass.
Yeah, it was big baller blunt.
He smoked too many of those, and he's changed to Snoop Lion, and then that flopped,
Yeah.
and then he changed to Snoopzilla, and then that flopped, and then he just went back
I
to
never
Snoop
should have
Dogg.
smoked those big baller joints. Now I'm Snoopzilla.
It's not even. It's interesting because it's not even like it like massively flops. It's just like he's so famous and set in stone. It's like nobody wants to see you like innovate. Just keep being
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg for 20 years and then die and like
Yeah, that'll do.
like you're good. You got the cool
Yeah.
thing. You're
You've stood the test of time. Like no one expects.
No one's like actively looking for you to do anything. We just
Right.
like that you exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, can you
That's a
imagine
great
if
way
like
of
Snoop
putting
Dogg like switched it up and was like, "Hey man, I like tequila now," and like what would the the public word be on?
And now
Die in like
I'm
5
big
years.
into drinking. I've given up weed.
And he gets really fat and disgusting looking and gets a liver disease and dies in 3 years.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to drink. He just drinks like how he smoked. Like he's just
Yeah,
fucking
just
taking
constantly.
shots all day and just fucking.
Oh, you
it's
could
really
do this shit
depressing.
every day.
You can't even speak to him. It's just everything's just,
It just becomes a severe alcoholic. It's really depressing. I did put a pin in something I wanted to bring up before. Friend of the show, what was his name? Chumbus. Our friend who
I
gave
think
us
call-
sex advice
yeah.
back in like episode 13.
Yeah.
There's a,
Oh yeah.
Don't
Was
have
it-
69 when you're full or head busy.
Yeah, exactly. That guy. There's a really funny
Classic.
screenshot we have where him and his girlfriend were having an argument on Facebook about like I think that he was gonna move. They were moving to a chicken farm because he wanted to move there and work there, and she was mad because she didn't want to work on the chicken farm. So they were.
I gotta be honest. Fair enough.
I mean,
completely
It's
fair on her
fair
point.
enough.
Yeah.
But they were having this argument on Facebook, and then at one point he just says like, "Babe, can't you see my face? Can't you see how like look at my face and see the emotion?" He said something like that,
like
which
where he's in
implied
the same room as her.
yeah, that implied they were in the same room, just
Babe,
commenting
turn
on each
around and
other's
look at me.
Facebook posts.
Do you think like what was the existence of people like that like before they had the internet to like unload every thought they have onto it?
Yeah.
Like to get to the point where you're arguing with your girlfriend in the same room over Facebook and that's how you communicate with each other. Like that is a massive step from like normal
Yeah.
reality.
No,
Yeah.
And I just wonder, obviously he's just fucked in the brain and always would have been or will be. But I wonder if this was like 1970, like what would he fill his time with besides posting 30 times a day on Facebook?
I think it would just kill her.
It's so interesting
He
to me
probably
because
just
the
lives at
internet
the
just
pub.
absorbs people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm 90% sure he literally just lived at the pub.
Yeah.
Here we go. I've got the screenshot here. I'll put it in beef. I'll put it in butchery so that that stupid fucking woman we pay can read this.
That stupid dumb bitch has a name.
I'll be Chumbus's girlfriend.
I'll be Chumbus.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be Natasha, who's the character that kicks this whole thing off.
Okay.
I'll be me.
All right. Yeah, and Andrew, you provide commentary.
Yeah.
Congrats on your new job, P-Man. I'm sure you and woman will love the chicken farm. Smiley face.
Chumbelina. Remember we decided on Chumbelina.
Oh, so yeah, I'm sure you
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Chumbleena will love the chicken farm.
We sure will.
I am not looking forward to it.
You won't be until we start getting used to it, and then problems and everything like moving and packaging and how we are moving and the rooms start to get messy.
No.
What?
It's because I don't want to work on a bloody chicken farm. You do. The only reason why I'm doing this is for you, Chumbus.
Thanks, Chumbelina, but
Sorry.
hey, it's okay, love.
I love you.
I love you lots, and you see the smile on my face right now, eh?
No, not really.
I'm just imagining like sitting there just waiting for her to look just like this.
What the fuck? That's such a creepy face. I've never seen you do that before. Anyway, that was my tangent.
That's beautiful. Shout out Chumbus and Chumbelina.
Speaking of love, fucking Doplex, I guess, loved something, and now it made him sad.
Prove it.
Yeah, so I put in talking points post-media
Yeah.
depression, and I wanted to get your boys' thoughts on this, and also the viewers and listeners, because I feel like as consumers of media, video games, books, movies, we all get this way. I just beat God of War Ragnarok, and I feel like this happens to me like every time like I finish a very good video game, where you just get this like it's like a diet depression. It's like it's not because of anything that happened in the game. It's not because like the story was sad or anything like that, but it's just that you feel like you've gone on this like super long journey, and now it's over. So I wanted to get your boys' thoughts on that.
Okay.
It's a monkey stepping into a Home Depot.
Okay.
Take it away.
I didn't hear any of what.
I did. I was clapping, but I was still listening. I think I brought something like this up a few months ago when I was talking to you about, and you didn't seem to understand what I meant, where I said post-concert depression. Where it's like you go to a really good concert and then you're like all sad for like a week because it's like, bro, that was epic. So I absolutely, post-media depression definitely do be hitting. Honestly, it's part of the reason I don't really watch like a lot of like TV shows, because it's like I don't want to get like attached to something and then never get it again.
Right.
So it's like that shit do be it definitely be real.
Yeah.
It should be.
Is it not beautiful to enjoy something that's good though?
No.
Than
Well,
to be
that-
afraid
that's-
of what'll
No,
happen
yeah,
when it's over.
It is, but I just know that in other points of my life, it'll be like, okay, now is like I know
Yeah,
one day
sure, yeah.
I'll wake up and I'll be like, Better Call Saul is. I want to watch that so bad. I want to watch it now, but I just know it's always happened in my life. I'll wake up 2 years from now and want to watch a show that I haven't.
Yeah.
And it's like
yeah.
I'll be happy that I saved it.
No,
but-
I totally
Dude, that's
That's just
kind of
me.
how I watch movies, because I'm always looking like a goob, because I haven't seen so many famous movies.
Yeah.
But what was I doing? I can't remember, but it was sometime within the last year. I was like, man, Blade Runner sounds like a vibe right now, and I've never watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it, and it was fucking epic. And I was like, yeah.
You said you had the
Yeah, no,
same thing with all the
100%.
Marvel movies. You said one day you woke up and you were like, "This is it," and you
know
binged all of them.
I binge
and-
watched all of them.
Yeah, and then you
You
went
also
and bought a
said- you said the same thing
$48
about-
pop vinyl. I got it. I went and
once you got
downloaded
through
it
your
all.
collection.
Oh yeah, Duplex. What was your question? Was it like, do you have a specific one
Yeah.
you have, or do you have?
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, my
Okay.
question was like, because I have had this feeling over a lot of different things, so I'm curious. Is there anything notable for you guys? Like, have you guys played a really
Yes.
good game recently, and you're like, man, I'm sad that's over. Now I'm kind of sad.
I feel
Your
like
mom.
Red Dead, which are obviously big ones, just because you get so obsessed
I
with
would
the
probably
story.
say Red Dead
Yeah.
as well.
Just 'cause you finish it and you're like, "Fuck!"
That was.
But also-
I was
Wait,
being a
you do you do
cowboy.
what with the story?
When you finish the story, you get like, you get so absorbed in
Oh.
it and everything, and like
Yeah.
obsessed with the characters and everything. And then when it's over, you're like, it's even more depressing when it's a
When
game.
it's over, you're like, you know what? Fucking, I'm a cowboy now. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm a cowboy now.
How you doing, fella?
Imagine
I
if this
believe
was a
the age of
cowboy.
consent should be lower.
That there's Grimace.
Yeah, this is my cowboy
It's your cowboy
paraphernalia.
accessory.
Yeah.
On what we said before, like when you finish a game like The Witcher, what really depresses me is when you keep trying to play afterwards, and all of the like NPCs that you had like these big intense conversations with and like these big story moments, you go talk to them, they just have like default answers.
Oh yeah, hello.
Yeah, that shit kind of hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like you were so full of life.
Now look at you, a shell of your former self.
I think for me, it's still kind of Lord of the Rings because I don't really watch it much anymore. I kind of do like a planned, like people that smoke a lot, like don't do it so that when they do, it's epic.
Yeah.
Whatever that shit is, like planned fucking
Tolerance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Like,
I'm doing Black
so like I only
Heroin
watch
this weekend.
Yeah, I only watch Lord of the Rings every few years now, so it's like because I don't want to like burn. Like I want it to like stay special for my whole life because I watched it well over 100 times as like an adolescent. So every time I do watch it, every time I finish watching all three, I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna get to see this for like three years.
Oh, I see.
Kind of that.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
I get post media depression with like every game I play, unless it's like Call of Duty
Right.
or like every
Can you
movie I
imagine?
watch. It's just like, damn it. Especially old shit. It's like I watched Master and Commander the other day, which was like or a couple weeks ago, which is like a really big movie in like the early 2000s. It was like it's like Pirates of the Caribbean but serious, not funny. And even after that, I was like, oh, who's the guy in it? Like Russell Crowe. I was like, oh, he made this like 20 years ago. It's not fair, man. This shit's so good, but he probably don't even remember it. It's so sad. So I don't know if that's the same thing, but I always get that. I'm just like,
That's it is. Yeah.
No, I get that with Malcolm in the Middle.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, fair enough.
that's the real prequel to Breaking Bad.
Yo, it is.
Better Call Saul's a
enough,
lie,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
It's
That's
Malcolm
an
in
honest
the Middle.
answer right there.
You know there is an alternate
That's an
ending to
honest
Breaking
answer
Bad.
right there.
There is an alternate ending to Breaking Bad.
Oh
where-
yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, where I think it was actually Bryan Cranston's idea, where it's like he wakes up in bed and he's just fucking Hal from Malcolm in the Middle, and like
That would be epic.
no,
He's like,
yeah,
That
that's like
would
an
be
actual
sick.
thing. There's like an actual alternate.
It
ending
was
to
for
Breaking
like I can't remember what it was. It was like SNL or one of that, and I can't be SNL because it was actually
Bad.
funny.
No,
It was
I think
it was
like a
something like
standalone
that.
Thing. Yeah, I think it was to the DVD release of Breaking Bad.
It was something goofy like that. Yeah, he wakes up
yeah.
next and he's like telling her all about like.
Yeah.
all
I think that's just like
did.
funny fan service. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a serious
100%.
alternate ending.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
But
it was,
even if they did do that, I wouldn't even care. I would
No,
be down.
yeah, I'd be totally down for that.
Especially because more people would have watched Malcolm in the Middle, because I think Malcolm in the Middle epic. That
It's
show
one of the
I
greatest
need
shows
to
of all
watch
time.
it, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Malcolm
I've
in the
never
Middle,
watched
great.
through it.
They're fucking
It's one of those
reviving it.
sitcoms
I wouldn't
that
go
I
that
haven't got
far.
around to.
But it's great. It's like a sitcom. I mean, like
It's I mean it's kind of a sitcom, but also kind of not really. It's like it's got the same energy of like
It's like a cooking show mixed with like a
Yeah.
documentary.
it's kind of like binging with Babish, but like with Frankie Muniz.
I think the thing I got it the most for recently was I finally got caught up and watched through and finished BoJack.
Oh, that's a good one.
That show is
I've always
so
meant to watch
good.
that.
It's a good show.
It is
BoJack.
such a well written show. It's insane how well, and Will Arnett as a voice actor is that guy a legend.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
I just
The
couldn't
only
get over the
thing
fact he's
I
a
don't know who
horse.
that is.
He's a
He is a horse.
he do be a horse. The only thing about BoJack though is like, yeah, I could see how you get like post media depression from it, but that whole show is just kind of low key depressing. Like it's got its,
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was
funny
gonna
moments.
say.
It's almost
Yeah.
a release.
I think that's
Yeah.
why I liked it, or why I felt it so much, because it was just like, I don't know. I really fucked with the story as a whole. So
Yeah.
like when it did get to that point, I was like, oh man, there's
think-
like there's no more. There's not going to be a new development
Right.
in this like
Yeah, that's-
mess of a
that's
story.
it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yeah.
over now. Like it's been told.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
oh. Plus the song they
me-
played at the end, I was like,
Let me posit a question off that to the boys.
They played
Yes.
this.
hit it.
Hit it.
So I typically have an aversion to like purposefully depressing like stories. Really not for movies or plays because it's like it's over within a couple hours.
Sure.
But specifically for like TV or like albums or stuff like stuff that's like because BoJack Horseman is like I was gonna say clinically, but like it's like
Clitorously.
it's like well. Not critically either, but it's just like well known to be an extremely depressing
Sure,
story.
yeah.
And it's like
Infamous.
I kind of even Breaking Bad. It's like Breaking Bad's epic, but every time I watch it, it ruins my whole month. And it's
that stops me from rewatching. I kind of honestly.
Yeah. Like I and at this point in my life, it's like, dude, life sucks so much already. Like I really have only been seeking out like really positive, fun like fantasy. Like it can have like ups and downs, but like I don't know. I just like to like escape into media instead of like flounder in it.
I'm
100%
the same. Yeah, that's why I watch a lot of cooking shit because it's like, or lately we've been for the last like 8 months we've been watching MythBusters, which is like that's just positive fun. There's no depressing anything. There's no high stakes or whatever.
That's about as cheery as you can get.
It's just a very relaxing 40 minutes you could just put on any time of the day, and it's brilliant. So I agree 100%. I really don't seek that stuff out, and if I do, it'll be like one episode a week of House of the Dragon or some shit like that. You know, it's like no, I agree 100%.
Yeah, I totally
shout out to people who do binge stuff like that regularly because I find that really hard to. Same with horror movies. I really don't like horror for that reason too.
I don't like horror movies.
I do be liking horror, but I just want to say as a disclaimer, I'm not putting that stuff down. Like I'm not saying it's some of the best shit there is.
No, I agree. Yeah.
For me, it's like it has to hit me at the right time, or like Kuda said, like if it's a weekly thing, then it's different. But like anything bingeable, I can't do it. I'm just like I just have to avert.
Yeah, I typically
I completely get that.
Real quick, I want to clarify. I don't like horror movies not because I'm like a big piss baby or anything. I just don't like them because a lot of them are really cheesy and like fall under a lot
baby.
of. Yeah, I do kind of be a little bit of a piss baby. But a lot of them fall under like very specific tropes that just kind of annoy me.
There's some good horror movies.
No, there's definitely some good ones, but I feel like the overwhelming majority of them fall into like I'm pretty sure we talked about this on here before, where it's like little kid fulfis a crayon, draws a spooky monster that he saw, and then mommy's like, "What are you drawing? Oh no, I gotta go get an exorcist." And then there's like a big fucking
Jared Fogle. Yo, when are they gonna do a Jared Fogle?
That's basically the plot of Parasite.
Is that really? This is a big
okay, it's pretty much it's a good ass movie.
Yeah, speaking of Lois. So I just want to tell a quick story about Call of Duty really quick. So I've been playing Call of Duty recently.
My name on
Call of Duty since I switched to PC like 6 or 7 years ago has been Mikakis Too Small.
Yeah.
It's like it kind of looks Russian. It always throws people off. The reason I really like it is not because it's like a funny innuendo, but it like destroys the minds of Call of Duty players. Like they don't know how to pronounce it. So they'll just be calling me Cacus and fucking they just be calling me Smalls and it's just it's funny. But so I fucking I shit on a kid and was like going in on him. I was going in on his mom. I was going in on his fucking dog. I was going in on his fucking car. Like I was destroying this kid. I got the whole lobby laughing at him, and I dropped like 15 kills in a search lobby. And then he reported my account for inappropriate fucking name. Because my name is Makakis Too Small. So they were like, if you don't change your name, we're gonna ban you.
What the
so
fuck?
I was just like, I can't think of anything funny, so I just changed my name to Lois. It's just Lois.
Lois.
And it's Lois, nothing else to it. And this kid is fucking yeah. I don't know who I told this to. It was either Kudos or Andrew, but I think it'd be really funny if we all got on like a game like Pavlov and our names were just like Lois, Peter, Joe, and like Quagmire or something.
The whole squad Voltron together.
Yeah.
But so my name is Lois, and I guess you can spell it this way, but everyone calls me Lewis. Because it's just like, you don't want to be the kid that gets it wrong and calls a kid named Lewis Lois.
Yeah.
And like, well, I kind of would. That'd be really funny. Yeah. But everyone keeps calling me Lewis, and then I'll just like open my mic and go, Peter. and they'll start laughing. They're like, yeah, what the fuck? But so that's one thing.
They all gather around there.
Holy fuck, I'm coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, but so today I was playing. So I just wanted to I thought that was funny. But today I was playing COD, and this first time in 15 years of playing video games online, I've seen this happen where there was a kid on the other team and 2 kids on my team that were just talking shit the whole game, and I'm just like mediating, but in a bad way. Like I'm getting them to just fucking like go in on each other. It's like my favorite. I'm just like they are going off, and then. This one kid's like, this one kid's like, hey, yo, like, because we were smashing them. He's like, hey, yo, you a bitch. Like, you might be good at COD, but I'll beat the fuck out of you, you fat bitch. And then the next round, the next round was like, yo, who said they beat me up? I'm from fucking Sarasota, Florida. Pull the fuck up. Which people do, but it's like you don't expect the one guy on the other team to be. The one guy on the other team was from Sarasota.
Yo!
So then he's like, word, go to the fucking Wawa on Clark Street, you fucking pussy. I'll be there in 20 minutes. This is my car. This is what I look like. I'll beat the fuck out of you. I'm just screaming like, do it, you're a fucking bitch. If someone doesn't die and I don't see it on the news, you're fucking gay. And they start going crazy. And then this one kid who's in the lobby is like in the other kid's room, and he's like his best friend, and he just got there like he's visiting, and they're like half drunk. I left the game when they were all fully agreed that and like leaving and like so I'm really I really hope that somehow it gets in front of me like a news article, and I can see
Man shot dead at the Wawa.
Like it was so like it was beautiful that like this kid shouted out his town, and another kid just on the other team randomly just, I don't know. It's just it was fucking epic.
Beautiful.
That is.
You should have gone to that Wawa.
Sarasota's like 2 hours away.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, gotcha.
I would have happily let you do that. Take beef off for content.
No, it's not a beef thing. It's that they were going within. They were like, "I'll beat you there in 20 minutes."
Oh, sure.
So I would have loved to have went.
You show up, there's just two corpses of like just two random white guys. Just like
if anybody who lives in Florida knows where that Wawa is, please tweet us pictures of you standing
I think
on
it was
holy
Clark
ground.
Road. I think I got it right. It was like Clark Road or Clark Road or something.
If you work at that
Wawa on Clark
like
Road
that.
in Sarasota, bro.
Yeah.
That's officially like holy beef ground.
Yeah, we'll make a pilgrimage there one day and start a
to
fight.
the Wawa.
Start a fight
start
with
a
someone.
big fight.
Just fight club in the Sarasota Clark Street Wawa.
We just rent a
Wawa
pickup truck and we
Weewa.
all sit in the bed with like tank tops
But
on and do-rags.
No one's driving.
It's just something. It's something you always hear in like competitive shooters where people are talking shit. It's like, man, you might be good, but you're probably fat. I beat you up in real life, and it's like I've never. In all the years I've been on Xbox Live and all these games and shit, like I've never seen it. Because it's such an empty threat. You're talking to someone they could be in fucking China, like. But it's such an empty threat, and then it just came back, and like the kid went dead silent for like 10 seconds, and it was like, yeah, fuck it, man, I'll meet you there at 8:30, man. But like you could see that his
so good.
it came back to him, and he was like, oh shit.
Maybe it's because I'm an old man now, but like the thought of maintaining your rage at someone in a video game long enough to like get you to drive. Get into a car, drive to the Wawa, and then like have a physical altercation with someone. It's like I could definitely see when you're like roided up and like a teenager.
Yeah, these kids were like 19.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Boy,
Where you're just like, oh, I can see
I need
that.
to prove. I need to prove
I feel like
to
with
a white woman.
Yeah, well, exactly. They've got something to prove. I just imagine trying to do that now at 29 years old. Just be, like, you log off the game and be like, fuck this. I got no obligation to fight some guy. And then just order like pizza.
Yeah. Like if I get called fat online, someone's like, you're a fat. I beat you up. Be like, yeah.
Yeah,
you probably could.
Hey, I'm fat, but you're not gonna beat me up.
Like, I mean, there's a chance you'll beat me up. I don't know how big you are.
I don't know you.
Well,
I could probably fall on you.
Then in between, because Search and Destroy is like you get one life and you have to plant the bomb, and like in between the rounds, only dead people can talk to each other and shit.
Yeah.
So like or you can only talk to your team. But it's the round after that, this kid and his friend are like quirked up, goated with the sauce. Like this one kid, like I'm playing obviously, and I'm like mounted, I'm like holding for the protecting a fucking thing, and there's just this kid on mic like, man, I can't even fucking focus, man, I'm so fucking hyped up, like what the like that fucking pussy really thinks he can fucking fight, like and
it's just kept the energy going.
No, yeah, and it was just, and he was only talking to himself, and he was literally like, I can't even focus on the game. Like that kid really thinks he. And it's just like I've never been that like mad where it's like I can't even go back to play the game again because I'm so upset. Right. And then he's like, he doesn't know that fucking Chad is 6'4" and 185 of like he starts going gay as hell on his friend. Like he's 185 of pure chiseled fucking beautiful meat. He's tanned up.
He's got a nice 8-inch cock.
He's got the
That's
V.
literally what he started doing, and his friend was like dead silent. It's just so weird.
Really nice.
It was like the most fucking roided up like 18-year-old frat boy I've ever played. It is crazy. He's just like going gay mode on his friend because he's like.
He does
imagine
it's just,
if they did
there's
meet
like
up,
10
and
like
then,
10
like,
seconds of
the other guy
silence
was
in the
like,
background. You just
"Yo,
hear,
he is actually
"Wow."
kind of hot. Then they like just have sex in the parking lot.
That'd be epic.
Just start fucking
Just
it
have
out.
like hardcore gay sex. Courtney, Courtney, can you take us to the questions table, please?
Pamphlet Skeleton says, does lemon zest actually do anything for a recipe? Yes. Yes, it does. What kind of fucking question is that?
You're using some GED lemons, not GED. Fucking,
GED lemons.
Some good
what
dang
are the
lemons.
fucking
Some adequately
You're eating the lemons from the
educated
end
lemons.
of. Yeah, you're eating the
just-
lemons from the end of Everybody Hates Chris. That's what's in the manila folder.
Yeah.
What's the GMO? You're either eating some GMO leggings or you ain't putting leggings. Someone else talk, dude. I'm fucking okay.
Yo, Jen, this motherfucker already said
What
leggings.
the fuck? What? Mythical good morning leggings.
Yeah,
Good mythical morning.
I'm starting up a lemonade
Let's
stand.
talk about that. Rhett and Link could be like leggings. Let's talk about that.
No, but sometimes you get them big ass fruits that are like GMO, and like GMOs are good. They've saved billions of lives at this point. But you get the big old GMO fruits and vegetables, and they taste like nothing because you've expanded the orange 3 times bigger than it was ever supposed to be. Like it's
ball of
sick
water.
at that point.
Yeah.
So you either
orange
got
has
some
cancer.
shitty lemons or you're not putting enough because it makes a very big. At least in my experience, it makes a very big.
It adds a
difference.
nice floral, lemony taste. It adds a bit of. It's got a zest to it. Hence why it's called the zest. It's got like a. It's like concentrated lemon flavor. You don't want too much, but it does add a lot to a dish. If you, it's great on some avocado toast. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the camp that it does do something. It depends on what you put it in, but in my experience, because like we've been doing HelloFresh for a long time now, and I'd say like 90% of their meals request you zest a lemon and put it on whatever the fuck. For some reason I don't like it anymore. Like it's just something happened where like I realized like, yo, this is actually making the vegetables taste worse. Like I said in the Discord, if you fucking zest a lemon, you put on some carrots and you bake it, it'll taste like ass. I don't know why, but it adds this like bitterness to it.
I don't even mean to bake lemon zest.
But that's the thing.
Bro, you grew up with all your candy being coated in chili powder.
Yeah, but that ain't lemon zest.
Usually I see lemon zest like you zest a lemon into a concoction of like herbs and spices or glaze or sauce or like
I feel like that would be fine.
If it's dry and you bake it, it's going to come out better.
For vegetables, you should just like a nice like assorted steamed vegetable. I would just hit it with a little juice. You don't. I wouldn't zest it.
Lemon juice all.
Or if you're gonna put the zest on, you put it after it's cooked as like a little garnish on. That'd be my suggestion.
Yeah.
So anyway, learn to zest
Put
better.
some lemon zest on your girl's pussy.
Fucking figure out how life works.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, my girl with a zesty pussy.
Yo, can I ask a question before we go on to the next one? Because I forgot to ask you guys this 10 times.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm asking you if you think the same because I think that air makes food taste different. Like, I can eat food inside or outside, but if I start eating something inside and then go outside, the outside air fucks up the whole flavors of my mouth and fucks at everything.
Interesting.
Discuss.
I would agree, and I believe because like what is it like 90% of 90% of flavor comes from your nose.
That's
like,
what I was gonna say.
From smell.
That's
So if you're outside where there's like a lot of airflow, I could see that not as much of that gets into your nasal cavity.
But do you guys experience that? For me, like something that tastes good, I could walk outside and it tastes terrible.
No, I've never had it that extreme. I've noticed it tastes different, but I've never been like, oh, this is inedible now.
It's like if you go out to
not inedible, but
it's
yeah.
But like I hadn't really thought about it, so you just posed that question right now. But now that I'm thinking about it, if I'm like, if the burgers were, cooked outside or whatever, and then, like they bring it in, everyone's kind of like inside, just like getting their plate or whatever, and then everyone heads outside. If I took a bite of that burger inside and then took a bite outside, I'm like, what the hell happened?
That's what I'm saying.
It's a different burger.
I've always told my family that because they're like, well, let's open the door while we eat. And it's like, but you're ruining my dinner. And they're like, they're like, no, we don't get it.
Stop it, witch!
Close that door. I'm trying to eat my
good.
hot dog.
I wanted to double check on that. Andrew, I think someone wants to ask you a question or wants you to read their question.
Ask the fucking question.
Sir Boris asks, Sir Boris, he's from Brazil.
Shout out Sir Boris.
Yeah, shout out Sir Boris.
Shout out.
What are some good girl baby names?
Chesmeralda.
Rex.
Doplex.
Attack and the Power of Juju.
All right,
Juju.
Juju. But spelled JEWJEW.
Deathcon 3.
Yeah, Deathcon 3.
Deathcon the third.
Yeah.
Deathcon the third.
I've
let me give him a serious one.
I've told you guys about the Australian female name Morag, right?
Oh yeah. Morag.
Yeah, that's a real name.
I feel like if you name,
that's like a World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I said.
If you name your daughter Morag, then like she's destined
To sound like this. I'm Morag.
What if
And
she's
she'll
just
give you
like
like a
a
really
cave.
cool quest to like one person.
Yeah.
What if she's
Her
like
whole life's meaning.
a perfect babe? She's just like fucking absolute stunner, but her name's
But
Morag.
her name's Morag.
Do you reckon that would like humble
Hey, I
her?
got no-
People
Just
quest
come up with
under
a
the bridge.
nickname. Yeah.
Yeah, Maury.
What's up, Morg?
Morg.
Yeah.
What's up, Morg?
Guy, hey, what's that, Morg? How you doing?
Hey, Morg.
Hey, I'm fucking Morgan here. Do you reckon that'd be like, is it a boy named Sue? Is it a Johnny Cash song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that, but for women, it'd be like humble them.
Oh, yeah.
Like keep them in check.
Yeah.
A girl
Girl
named
named Morag.
Morag.
Yeah, she's an absolute stunner, but her name's Morag, so she can't live off her looks
Yeah.
like all beautiful people can.
Name your daughter. Name your daughter.
Stu Pickles.
Fucking
Stu
Stu.
Pickles. Yeah, name her Stu Pickles.
Name her
So she
fucking
grows up to be a
Oreo.
toy inventor.
Name her
Name her like some
Macacus.
animal name. Yeah, name her Macacus. There you go.
Wait,
Name her
what are
Carl
serious
Jacobs.
baby names? What girl names do you guys actually like?
John.
Lennon.
Fatally shot.
Grad.
I don't know if we're gonna get a serious answer for this.
Yeah, you're
one.
asking the wrong. You're asking the wrong.
Yeah, I
people,
put this.
Sir Boris.
I put it in here just so we could fucking not
Give
give
a
him a
riff,
good one. And make, yeah.
Name her Spaghetti. Next question.
Name her spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name her Sketchy Wiggums.
Name her
Asks.
Bullshock,
Yo,
too.
name her fucking baller joint badass.
With a skull at the end.
Name her Bloody Phlegm.
Put an emoji in her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna go over really good in like 2050.
Her name just shows up as like a little box with a question mark on it for Android users.
Yeah, that didn't get the update.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
Sketchy Wiggums asks, is eating meat cloned from human tissue unethical or adventurous? I think sketchy. I think that is a your name fits you well.
Yeah.
It does fit him well. I do have a thought though. I think I have an answer.
He got
Hit
a
it.
thought. His
I'd
brain
eat
is
it.
working.
I don't necessarily think it's unethical, but I think it's weird. Like I
That
think
is
if you're
dystopian.
going into it, I think people have the right to be like, "That's weird. Why are you
like you-
choosing to do that?"
Yeah. It's
I don't
kinda
think
like
I
saying
could
the
call someone a
N-word on
bad
Facebook.
person.
Like, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me
Go
out.
on.
Hear me out.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I want to know. I want to know where you're going with this.
It's like you can say it and not be arrested in America,
Right.
but you can ostracize yourself from anything and everything you ever loved.
Oh, I
Depending
see.
on who you
Okay.
know and
Okay,
you know you
I
own
got
a,
you, I got
you know
you.
you
Where you
can't go
live.
on your small business's plumbing page and drop the N-word and
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
we're doing a sale this week. No, but
Use code.
The only toilets you, won't
can-
unclog are the ones that belong to.
you can do that, but it can also people can rightfully disassociate
You
from
can
it.
Right.
physically
So-
and legally do that, but you shouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll definitely think you're weird.
But I think I'd eat. I'll eat anything once,
Flip side,
including humans.
well, you could argue that humans are the only if someone had to get like a small piece of skin taken off them to grow the muscle, you could argue humans are the only ones who could consent. So technically, it would be more ethical than an animal, which you have to injure against their consent to do it. What's that?
If the human's dead. Like, what if I die and then somebody
why don't
just
we
threw
eat
me
dead
on the
people?
grill? Yeah.
Well,
well, that's
then
the thing. It specifically said cloned from human meat.
Yeah.
So it's like it's being taken as like a scientific.
What would you guys think?
Like, hey, there's a bicep.
Right.
Yeah, well, because that's
$20.
how they do lab grown meat. They take cells from an alive like animal or whatever, like a tissue sample, and then they can like
put it in a
do
toaster
goofy
oven.
shit. They put speedy glue on top of it, and it just grows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
What would
put
you
it in
guys
a
think
toaster
about-
oven with an aborted fetus, and then you get like a whole second steak?
Oh my god!
Isn't that what stem
Speaking of
cells
aborted
is?
fetus, speaking of aborted fetus, what would you think? What would you guys think of like, so completely lab babies? Like they're not like donated or like someone's eggs and someone's cum.
Okay.
Like they somehow grow babies in a lab and then extract all the stem cells and stuff. Like the baby doesn't really fully grow, and it's like a chicken's egg. The
Right.
chicken's egg that we eat never has a chance to be a chicken because it never got cummed on.
Right.
It's always just going to be a delicious little egg.
Yeah.
So like, what if we somehow grew female
Delicious
eggs
little
or whatever?
babies?
But into babies that like they're not even babies. We grow them just into like
just
youthful
eggs.
meat, and then we take all the stem cells from it, and then
I
we
see
make
what you're
us the alive humans epic. What do you guys think about that?
I'm just imagining
James,
the,
you're gonna
the
end
eggs
up on a
hatching.
Tucker Carlson bit with that, dude.
That's epic.
I'm just
He's gonna be
imagining-
like, the liberals. Look at this. They want to take your kids and turn them into
clone 'em
chickens.
and eat them. Here's a video of an egg hatching, and the egg hatches, and it's just like,
My name's Charmander. I recently learned a new trick.
see, perfectly capable.
But what do you guys think of that? Would you be down? Like, you could get a stem cell to make your dick bigger. You could get a stem cell to grow 5 inches. You could get a stem cell to fix your mom's breast cancer. And all you got to do is just grow a little chicken egg of a human and
I'd be
take
cool with
it.
that. If
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, if the outcome was like for the greater good of humanity, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's
if it
run
was just a dumb little fucking mass of cells that has no consciousness and who fucking cares? Like,
That's
bro,
what
do you know,
I'm
do
saying.
you know how
Yeah,
much
right,
cum I
fuck it.
flush down the toilet and throw off my balcony every week? Like, it's essentially the
Exactly.
same thing, and no one cares.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I'd be
Because
cool
I
with
mean,
that.
for the most part, babies are just like organs. They're just extra
They're just
organs
harvestable.
until they're born.
They're just
Yeah.
little walking batteries. I do like the idea.
Yeah, why
of,
do we
like,
why do
nuggets
we
with
let
a
girls
consciousness.
just abort them? Like why don't we like take them and make them into shit?
I think that's what stem cell research.
They're
is.
gonna die.
I
Isn't
think.
that what
Well, I think
stem
that's
cells are?
that's what people think they do with abortions.
That's what they should do. I mean, in reality, if we're gonna get rid of it, and we're agreeing it's not alive and doesn't have a soul and isn't conscious, then it doesn't fucking matter. Turn it into something.
Zero waste, baby. Zero waste.
Taxidermy it and hang it on.
It's
your
like
mantle.
giving the leftover bagels to the homeless people. It's a
Can you imagine giving a
no-brainer.
homeless guy a fetus?
Hey, we're not allowed to do that.
Hey, I don't want this anymore.
The homeless guy that
You want
sits
this?
outside the abortion clinic every day for the leftover limbs.
He's got like a little fucking pail just to collect these fetuses that these women are dropping.
He's got a
in
little
there.
barbecue.
Yeah, they donate like limbs of babies like change. They just fucking throw it at him.
Oh, they just throw a bunch
Roasting
of
it on a
teeth at him.
toothpick.
Oh god.
What do you think? What do you think about people who get their dog like turn into a rug after it dies or taxidermied?
Nah, fuck
I
that.
think that's weird.
Yeah, that is.
Andrew,
pretty
you
weird.
like taxidermy.
So here's the thing, and I'm not gonna expect anybody to understand this line of thinking unless you kind of grew up hunting.
Sure.
As soon as it's like an animal I cared for, it's like I want it to have an honor, just like not honorable, just like I don't want to see its skin anymore.
You want to have a Christian
You know, I don't.
burial, is what you're saying.
It's just like good Christian
You want to forget it
burial,
ever
you know, we put
existed and
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
wants to have a
No,
Viking
I just-
burial where he like sets a boat.
I don't
on
want to
fire.
have a
we did that
weird,
for my friend's phone once.
thing of it there. It's just like I don't want that. But taxidermy, I think is cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean,
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's.
Because at that point, it's just like that's a cool.
I'm not a big
animal.
taxidermy guy.
I'm not a
Yeah.
big tax guy.
I don't.
I'm
do
not a
that
big
now.
tax
I don't-
guy.
IRS,
Yeah.
fuck you. Come after me. Bitch.
What are you gonna fucking do? Arrest? Oh, should
IRS, can I
actually-
exchange my stuffed dead dog for no taxes for the year?
I just realized I think I have to pay something to American tax at some point in the next
Oh yeah.
few months.
Nah, what are they gonna do?
Yeah. What's
Go
Joe
to
Biden
war?
What
gonna
are they
do?
gonna
I
do?
show
What are
up
they gonna
for-
do,
I
blow
show
up
up for
Australia?
BeefCon next year and they fucking
Yeah.
arrest me at the border.
They just
Yeah,
Joe
they
do
tackle
Biden
you.
jumps you. Hey, where's my money, man? This one comes from NOB Way, which is
Ebo beat.
Also, all these questions are from the fucking Discord, Patreon thing, whatever.
Yeah, get in it.
Links somewhere, whatever. Fuck you.
No, it's not Patreon. It's just Discord. Link in the
well,
description. Join the Discord.
link in the
Join that.
description.
Like, you don't have to pay any money. Why aren't
Yeah.
you? You know, you could
Yeah.
be in here right
Yeah.
now. We're here. We're recording
Yeah.
in the
Away for
Discord. You
free.
can see
Yeah,
us
come on,
recording
man.
in the Discord.
Well, and only one of us is a pet,
Okay.
and you get the fun is to figure out which one.
Yeah, you get to do a little poll.
Exactly.
Yeah, wait, some
We all
point
message you as
hostess-
soon as you join, and then it's like
Yeah.
Clue, but
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I Spy. Like
It's
you
a-
get, like,
it's
you
Andrew.
search around our
It's
rooms and
Andrew
look
in
for
the
child
nursery
porn.
with a dildo.
No, it's Among Us with 500 people.
Yeah. All right, so this question comes from NOB Way, aka Cornelio Fuck. Both references to My Immortal. Shout out. They ask,
Shout out.
how do you feel about metal? What random genres do you have a soft spot for?
I think you meant the fucking.
I think
the
those are like
the
two
resource.
separate.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite resource.
I like
is,
iron.
wood.
I like metal.
I like copper.
I like
I
metal
think
too.
me and Doplex are metal guys.
Yeah, we be metal guys. Yeah,
wow.
we're metal Marios.
Hold on, let's not exclude me from this.
Kudos
Name
is
your
also a
favorite metal.
guy. Yeah, what's your favorite material? Steel.
Tungsten. I like
Mastodon,
tungsten.
probably Mastodon. I like
Okay.
Mastodon a lot.
I thought that was an animal.
I like to masticate my food.
Yeah. I like Mastodon. I like Judas Priest. I like Black Sabbath. I like.
Okay. A lot of classic stuff.
Yeah, I'm
Says
into
he's
a
a
lot of the. I'm more of a classic metal head, I guess you could say.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, honestly, like I have a soft
classic
spot for
metalhead.
like classic metal, like Metallica and shit.
I like,
Like
a bit
what?
of, I like a bit of everything, honestly. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just chilling. I fucks with
totally.
a lot of metal.
Yeah, because growing up, my mom was like a huge metalhead. Like she,
It's
like
a-
because of her is why like I grew up to like that kind of music because like growing up like Cartwrights like that was the shit she listened to. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I have a soft spot for
Yeah.
that kind of music, but aside from that, I definitely do like a lot of heavy stuff, which we've talked about ad nauseum. But you know, we'd be liking that heavy shit. Some screaming.
Yeah, I like metal.
Yeah, we like some metal.
You like metal?
I like all kinds of metal. I like old metal, new metal, middle metal. It's all good, bro.
You really
I
can't
think-
go wrong.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, I like hair
I-
metal. I like power
love-
metal.
I
I like
love hair
thrash
metal.
That'd
metal.
be slapping. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
speed metal.
More of a I like
I
industrial.
like prog metal.
I like
I like the.
I like
Blue Man
new
Group.
metal. Hey, if you never listen to them, Enobi, you should. It's not like they're like low key, but my favorite metal band ever is Iron Maiden.
Yo,
You should listen to them.
They're an
Oh, I
indie
love Iron
band.
Maiden.
Andrew, do you like metal? Are you a fan of?
I wanted to answer. I wanted to give a little answer.
Give us your answer.
Give us your answer. How do you feel about metal?
I'm not a hater because a lot of
He's a
people.
hater.
Metal is one of those
He's a
rap
hater.
metal is one of those genres, kind of like rap used to be. It's a little more mainstream at this point, where it's just like people were kind of either like, yeah, I love it, or people were like, rap is crap.
Sure.
You know,
A lot of that
metal
was
is
just
one of those
racism.
genres. A lot of that was racism.
Yeah.
Metal people are kind of like, I hate metal, that devil music. If it's in the background or like you guys are playing it, I'm like, I'll jam to it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah.
Sure. It's not you're like go
I'll bump my head to it,
Yeah.
but I don't really listen
It's
to
my
it. on own.
go-to.
I feel it. Yeah.
What random genres do you have a soft spot for?
90s boy bands. I like a lot of.
Yeah, mine's like Eurobeat.
Yeah, you're.
From like 90s, early 2000s,
love-
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
90s boy bands. Even I don't even know if that's a soft spot. Like I am openly proud to be a fan of like NSYNC and
Yeah.
and Backstreet Boys.
Well,
and
that's
shit.
the thing, right? Because like when I was a kid, right? Like when I was like super young, you know, like everybody else at like my elementary school or whatever, they were vibing to like, yeah, we like rap, we like hip hop, and I'm over here like with my fucking CD player listening to NSYNC, no strings attached. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've always
You're
loved
every
boy
child
bands.
in like a song on YouTube that came out before the 2000s where they're like,
Yeah.
I'm in grade 4 and all my friends listen to crap, but I listen to this song. And then there's like 500 boomers that reply being,
in the wrong generation.
yeah, there's like 500
Yeah.
boomers that reply being like, the future's looking bright thanks to people like you. Text my kick.
I hate that shit,
Like,
man.
send me pictures of your butt.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Doplex was in elementary school before I was born.
Is that? Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Or you were a kindergartner, like,
Yeah.
before I was born.
I guess
Yeah,
wait, I would have been
wild.
too.
Yeah.
No, not you. I think you would have been a year before that. You would have been a
Yeah.
preschooler.
You've been at preschool though.
I was I was in,
If you did go to preschool.
I went to Montessori when I was 3, so in
What's
1996. Montessori is like preschool.
There's a preschool.
Whoa.
That's where like your kids are really banking. Your parents are really banking on you being a genius that they like
Yeah.
unlock their shit at like 2.
I mean, it
They're
works.
like, yo, let's fucking get this guy.
My dad like
Shit,
yeah,
your
Kudos
swears.
is a
class.
genius.
My dad
Yeah.
swears by it, because like both me and my brother went through it. and
It definitely
both
works.
did
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
pretty good at school.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I would have been there before you were born. My genre is probably K-pop, and I also
That's right,
found
you
out
are a
recently,
K-pop
according to an email I got from Spotify, my most played music genres changed from rap to something called drift funk.
Drift funk.
So I really like
is
drift
that?
funk. I had to look it up.
Deja vu.
It's well, no, it's like real hardcore like electronic rap, but it's from Russian drift videos. Is like where the genre started.
Oh,
like just
weird.
cunts doing mean ass burnouts.
Yeah.
You've definitely
That's
heard it
epic.
in like memes
Yeah.
and stuff. But I felt it's such a like it's so fucking like really hype, like
Yeah.
really good stuff to edit to or just like work with in the background
Yeah.
because it really gets you.
That's cool.
So yeah, listen to some drift funk.
Yeah. Check
Okay,
it out.
I'll change my soft because I'm a public lover of boy band, but
of boys.
Nightcore is my
Nightcore.
definitely Nightcore
James
and
does
ear
love
rape.
Nightcore.
I listen to I literally listen to ear rape music for fun.
What? So
It just imbues me with energy.
you'll like that genre I just mentioned, James, because it's kind of halfway between the two.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Wait,
like
is ear rape
my
stuff
thing, like when
100
I'm working.
gigs? Is that
No,
what
like I listen to ear rape versions of songs.
Oh, so
sometimes.
it's just like shit with the bass fucking blown out.
No, like it is fully like it's so
Yeah.
it's peaking and crunching and screeching.
Right.
Like you just take a song and just like it's not a bass boost. It's literally it sounds like hitting metal against the fucking chalkboard.
Yeah.
But I don't know that and Nightcore just like that's my like if I need some energy quickly, it's like just put on Nightcore fucking AC/DC or some shit. Just like anything.
Every
Just
time we touch Nightcore,
anything Nightcore. Like
Yeah.
that shit.
that shit do be hitting.
Have you
Andrew?
ever found the mythical Nightcore and ear rape combination?
You know, in movies when it's like someone's like, it's like all you have to do is stay awake and you're not gonna die, and then they go to sleep and they're like, don't go to, and then they just like fall asleep and die. You know, when they're
Yeah.
like bleeding out.
Yeah.
So like,
Me
if
for
I had
real.
to, if you needed me to live there, all you had to do is turn on some Nightcore ear rape, and I'm alive.
Keep that
Like
in
that's
mind.
it. Like
Yeah.
if you ever need to survive, if you need enough adrenaline to live, turn on some Nightcore ear rape every time
Yeah.
we touch.
Andrew, what's your soft spot genre?
Andrew, where's the soft spot of your head?
All right, hit it against the wall really hard.
Push on it.
Push the nail into it really slowly.
Like awesome.
I think I'm a pretty public lover of the
Boys.
hip hop rap genre.
You do be
So
liking.
I won't say that.
Yeah.
That's not a soft spot.
Yeah, that's not really a soft
That's just
spot.
a
My
genre
soft
you
spot would also be Eurobeat.
Okay. Okay.
But just for the sake of not saying the same shit, I do love old and classic like country or country western.
I was gonna say
I
you
grew
seem
up
like
with
a
it.
country kind of
I was
guy.
also gonna, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, no.
I'll roll with it.
I really like folk music. I'm a big folk music guy. It's very
Yeah,
it relaxes
folk.
me. It
Yeah, I like
brings
folk
me joy.
music.
I like fuck music.
What the fuck?
Welcome back to Sonic High School, episode 7. Holy shit,
Well,
we've done 6 episodes. This is the 7th episode.
We've done
of
too
this.
many of these.
God
Now,
damn.
real quick before we jump into this is the second to last episode of this. The next time you see us doing this, that will be the finale, and then shortly after you'll see a supercut. But yeah,
The
Hope you
movie.
enjoyed this so far.
Our annual Beef Boys movie.
Chapter 21. Author's note. Ha, wow, I'm back. I see that I've earned some haters while I was away, leaving mean reviews. But just so you all know, the story is rated M and is for mature audiences only. Just because you do not get or understand adult material does not mean you should pass judgment on it. So keep on hating on haters, because I'm going to finish the story because it is so popular. If you leave nice reviews, thank you.
We put up our middle fingers at the haters.
Yeah, everyone. This is what we think to all haters
swag
out there.
fact number 25 or whatever it is. Fuck the haters.
Yeah, so hey, can someone edit us onto like the fucking Cushion Lyrics Tumblr?
Yeah.
Like put a swag fact over
Yeah,
us.
put a swag fact. We're all like looking really fucking cool. And then put Andrew's badass baller blunt behind us.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Whoever
Thank
does the
you.
best one will get
Thanks.
6 years of free Patreon. All right.
6 years in jail.
Sonic woke up out of his bed and onto the floor and was still angry. Now Sonic was Black Sonic, and he had a tattoo. Sonic got ready for school by putting on scary things like chains and spiky collars that made him look bad, and went to high school. Sonic went to his classes, but did not do what he was told to do in class. He did not talk to anyone, and instead, he went on the computer and looked at videos of cigarettes and knives. I told you guys about the guy I saw doing that once, right?
Yeah, you did. Imagine looking up videos of cigarettes.
Yeah. For everyone who hasn't heard that story, it's literally just the stoner guy I knew. I remember sitting next to him in design class. I looked over and he was just looking at pictures of weed on Google.
It's so fucking funny.
That's epic.
See, like guys like that would be the type of guys to develop the fucking big ass baller blunt. Like that is.
I don't know if that,
Yeah.
I don't know if that guy had the developer body in him.
Well, he
He's the-
came up
I think
with the
he's more of a
name,
consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like if you were to come up with a blunt name, it would be like, oh, the big ass baller blunt.
I would.
Anyway,
The basketball blunt.
just looking at stuff in their room.
The Jurassic Park Lego set blunt.
The pair of shoes blunt.
The Shaquille O'Neal poster blunt.
Shaquille O'Neal fathead blunt.
The Shaquille
2K12
O'Neal Papa
blunt.
John's pizza box
The
blunt.
Xbox 360 blunt.
The blunt.
All right. Sonic
The
then
abusive
arrived.
stepdad blunt. Sorry. Sorry to get one more
The
in there.
pedophilic uncle blunt.
The recently torn asshole blunt.
The cum sock blunt.
All right. Pull it back in.
The rug blunt.
Sonic then arrived near the lunchroom, which is where they were having lunch, Sonic's friends. Sonic just looked in from outside, while
Sonic's
everyone was
friends
inside and no one was outside, but Sonic like an alive snowman that looks in your window on Christmas. Sonic saw Amy and Rouge looking still skinny, but now eating food in such a happy way. Sonic could hear them talking.
Wow, I am so glad we are out of detention.
Said Amy to Rouge.
Yes, thanks to Silver, we have been escaped from detention.
Said Rouge to Amy. It looked like Silver did the hero thing to do and saved Amy and Rouge from detention, and now they were out. Sonic was not happy about it though, being black.
Haggard bitches.
Said Sonic to the window next to the door that he was looking through into the lunchroom from outside. Sonic saw Tails and Espio and all the other people go over to Amy and Rouge, laughing and smiling that he hung out with before he turned black. And he got mad and sad and left. Sonic left the school completely, which is really bad and will get you in big trouble, and went to the Chinese restaurant. Sonic got some Chinese food and ate it. And with his food came a magical fortune cookie. Sonic opened the cookie and ate the cookie, but kept the paper. And it said,
You will not have any friends if you're black.
I like the context, like, obviously in the context of this, Sonic has just, like, painted his hair black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is his body, so he is now. But, like, can you imagine just being the Chinese guy who writes this out, not knowing? Like, this fortune is just talking about black people.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
That's what makes the writing so genius. It doesn't think about any of that.
Exactly.
It ignores it all. Yeah. It's great.
It's about your very racist Chinese fortune cookie maker.
Sonic thought about what it said and wondered what it could mean and what it could mean to him. Because it was so mysterious, always reading these cookies and their messages.
No, it usually is, but in this instant, it wasn't. In this instance, it was very clear. It was explicit in what it meant.
Yeah. You will not have any friends.
This
if
is
you
the
are
least
black.
mysterious fortune cookie you can get, basically.
Yeah. It might as well
I
have just
forgot
called him
fortune
Sonic.
cookies were like a trope in this story. I had completely forgotten this is a recurring
It's a recurring
thing.
theme.
Yeah, it's a callback to like the earlier episodes.
How else do you get a fortune?
I'm
After Sonic went back to school and missed one of his classes but went to the next one. But on the way into high school, the Hall Man tried to stop Sonic, but Sonic punched him right in the face so hard that he almost died and got past him. Sonic finished his school day and then went home and punched things, leaving holes in everything that showed he was stronger than everyone now. Sonic also looked at porn that was not like he usually did. Now things like Africans and dragons.
No.
Is dragons an exclusively black people thing?
I don't know.
Or is he like
Porn,
saying like
Africans and dragons?
Yeah, that like the only
he's a
thing
furry now?
Well, the only thing I could interpret is that it's equally outlandish for him to watch porn with dragons in it as it is for him to watch porn with with Africans in it.
I'm interpreting it the other way, where it's like he thinks now that he's black, he can only watch BBC. So, but also that implies to me exactly. It also implies that for some reason only black people watch dragon porn as well.
Sonic was becoming so scary. Even though he was very scary now, though, as Black Sonic, his balls still were the same and did not get cured.
No.
Yeah, because he didn't do it. He just died himself. And became night in the world. But Sonic did not go to sleep like a normal person. In fact, when it got really dark out, Sonic got out of his room from the window and left. Sonic left and went to a bad neighborhood and bought drugs like marijuana and ate some of them and kept the rest in his pocket. Sonic moved on from the bad neighborhood to where he wanted to go to next. Amy's house. Sonic's brain was now being controlled by drugs, and he was becoming even worse than when he was just black. It's so hard to not laugh every time they say that.
Just outside Amy's house, fucking jerking his fucking leg off.
Sonic went to Amy's window and looked into it and saw her sleeping on her bed like a DVD not being used.
That's such a good analogy.
What he's basically saying is a woman is just a hole.
Oh, right.
That too. But I mean,
and if they're not being used, then what's the point?
Yeah.
That too, but also
Facts.
like I really see it. Like if you're sleeping like an unused DVD, you're straight like.
Yeah,
you're flat.
Yeah, that is a great
Yeah.
analogy. Like it makes you
All
think
right,
a little bit, and then you're like, "Yo,
There's bits of genius, in
Which is
here.
all the best analogies.
That's horrible,
do
and
that,
it does not make me think of anything. That shit's okay.
imagine a DVD
know-
on the floor. That's her sleeping."
Really think about a
phone on the
DVD and then
floor.
get
It
back
wouldn't
to
be
me,
doing
Jerry.
anything either.
That's true.
Yeah, but the DVD's got like a flatness to it.
I
It's got a
guess.
flatness to it.
Let us know
So,
if
no,
you're team
Amy's
good analogy or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave 16 comments below. His head filled up with anger, but it was in a way that he actually became kind of happy and angry and laughed. Like he wanted to do something bad to her. Sonic looked down at his tattoo that said, "Fuck girls," and it reminded him of what she had done to him. Sonic was so evil that he punched through the window and ran fast right to Amy's bed, and she started to wake up a little from being in sleep mode. Her eyes were just blinking a little, and she obviously could not see well at all, and especially could not see Sonic because it was dark and he was now black, which was like camouflage.
I was in sleep mode.
Sonic just grinned at her with an evil look, and just as she started to open her eyes and see his white eyes above her, he punched her right in the face. Amy was now in a lot of pain, but still confused and surprised, and maybe thought she was nightmaring. But no, it was real. And new Black Sonic on drugs.
From the makers of
From the makers
Sonic
of
on drugs.
new Black Sonic on drugs.
Sonic on drugs.
But no, it was real. And new Black Sonic on drugs was about to beat all of the shit out of her.
No, all of her shit out of her.
All of her shit.
All of
out
her
it.
shit. He's not being the shit. He's literally trying to
He's
extrude
literally-
the feces from her like a toothpaste.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, girl.
He screamed, but still smiled and punched her more in the face until all of her teeth got knocked out and she was like a grandma who could only eat pudding and not steak. Amy was now screaming and crying, but he stuck a thing in her mouth and she couldn't do anything. He was so mad and under the powers of marijuana, and he looked at her and she looked so afraid and scared, but he was still smiling and angry. Sonic's black rage was coming out through his fists with violence. But all of a sudden, Amy kicked her foot up and hit Sonic right in the balls. Thank God, because the blankest were over Amy's foot as she did this, so she did not touch Sonic's ball disease. It still hurt him very much though, and he fell off the bed and was in pain from being hit in the balls, which is the most powerful spot on a man. So it hurts the hardest because it is like the information superhighway of your body.
It's like the internet of the man.
Information superhighway.
Doesn't even make
All of
a
our
modicum
thoughts
of
and
sense.
memories are stored in the balls.
The information super penis. Super penis to Sean.
Balls are running fucking Internet Explorer.
Super
You come and it's just the dial-up noise.
You come and it's just like.
You put your dick in a girl and like her pussy goes boop a bip. Like you plug in like a flash drive or some shit.
It's just the Discord like entering a call and
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada bing. That's when a girl spreads her legs.
True.
Sonic hurt so much from this that it was like a hit to his brain, and all of the drugs fell off his brain. Sonic suddenly looked around him and saw he was in Amy's room. He ran over to the bed, kind of knowing what just happened, but wondering if it was a dream, like Amy was thinking, but it was not. But it was not. It's written there twice, by the way.
You know what's interesting is he could have just kept that information superhighway thing for the next line where he starts talking about your brain.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is like the
true.
information superhighway
Well,
of your
yeah,
body.
Yeah.
But he
Not
blew
the
it early.
He's getting his balls crossed.
Yeah.
Sonic was lying over Amy's body, and they were both perfectly still, like a couple of candy canes. But one was sitting on
What
an
happened to the
invisible bench
DVDs?
over the other. What the fuck? Their eyes were both so big as they looked at each other, both scared and shocked at what it was that was happening. Amy's mouth was all bloody and no teeth was in it, like a hole that went straight to China, but instead it was to her boobs and then vagina.
Damn, Amy, let me get some of that gummy.
Sonic and Amy did not say anything either. Sonic suddenly looked sad and scared and got off her bed and backed away toward the side of the room and ran out of it. Sonic was feeling so many feelings, being scared and sad and shocked and surprised. He could feel little baby tears at the sides of his eyes, like Jewish people being thrown up in the air at a bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah.
Hey, I've been to a lot of bar mitzvahs. They don't be crying.
Yeah, I thought it's like a
Hey!
deliberately exciting thing. Yeah, it's like, woo!
Shalom.
Shalom. Wait, is that how you spell bar mitzvah? Like a bar
No.
mitzvah? This
Not at
va
all.
belongs-
That's not even close to how you spell it.
Bar mitzvah.
He ran as fast as he could, straight down the road. He ran out of the town and through the forest like a deer that could use a car.
That's a banger. That's the best one yet. He was desperate for that. Just like, fuck, what's in a forest that goes fast through a forest?
A deer that can use
A deer that
car.
can drive a car. That's got to be the fastest
A
guy
deer
ever.
that can use a car that the car also gets to go around the trees and it doesn't hit the trees. And also the car goes as fast as a rocket ship and then it's just like it's just like
That is genuinely a hilarious line. That is
Yeah.
so funny.
God damn.
Oh my god. I need to use that somewhere.
Yeah, please,
Deer that can
please
use
slip
a
that
car.
into a video.
Yeah, please do.
He ran out of town and through the forest like a deer that could use a car into the edge of the forest where there was a giant cliff. Sonic ran off the edge of the cliff in order to die.
We are gathered here today to put Sonic into the ground.
Said the funeral man.
Sonic died. The other day, a security camera in the woods saw Sonic run off a cliff and he fell all the way down and hit the ground at the bottom next to the river. His body got so messed up, he is dead for sure.
That motherfucker
You
is
imagine
gone.
being at a funeral and they're trying to convince you like he's definitely dead.
for sure.
He's absolutely dead.
I don't take backsies. He's really dead.
Courtney, just so everyone fully
For
understands
sure.
that Sonic is dead, can you replay the Sonic's death scene?
Oh, there's a security camera just like on a tree.
Yeah, like 40 miles out of town, there's a security camera watching Sonic go as fast as a deer using a car off the fucking cliff into the
I
fucking...
guess he meant like a trail cam, but he just said security camera because he's
security
fucking
No, I
camera.
definitely said
stupid.
security camera.
Dude, even someone
Security
setting a trail... Dude, like, what are you going to put a trail camera next to a cliff to just watch the deer fly off the edge or
Fall
some
off,
shit?
yeah.
Like, I guess
Hey, man,
honestly,
Honestly,
I
honestly,
go
that'd be
hard.
fire.
That'd be fucking funny.
Yeah, no, that'd be fire.
If you've got a
Yeah.
deer fall off a cliff on a trail cam, it'd be like finding gold. Like, this is going straight on America's Funniest
America's
Home Videos.
Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
going to give me
anyway.
so much karma.
Like, look at how our nation's fallen. It used to be you'd see a funny video and get excited to put it on America's Funniest Home Videos. Now you're just excited to farm karma.
Was there an
Farm karma.
Australia's funniest home
It's on
video?
Bob Saget.
Nah, we just used yours. Which is, but like, I used to
Oh,
love America's
interesting.
Funniest Home Videos as a kid. That shit was so funny.
That shit, no, I very much
great.
enjoyed it too. It was like ridiculousness without the fucking annoying.
Okay.
Without
Yeah.
the annoying woman.
Everyone was at the funeral place where which they decided to put in the garden of the school so that they could bury Berry Sonic at high school. Title drop, which is where he spent most of his time as a teen. All of Sonic's friends were right there.
Sorry.
All of Sonic's friends who were there were attending his funeral.
Everybody looked sad.
Tails was right in front and was crying.
Oh,
I can see why you replaced.
It's the
so
best part, dude.
that's the best part.
good. And next to him was Amy, who was crying the most. And she was hugging Sonic's mum with her face in her boobs, who was crying too, but not so loud. Like a honking horn on a bike that she was not squeezing too hard. Everyone was so sad because Sonic is now dead. There was also Rouge and Cream, who was wearing a big ring with a really big shiny white Jew in it.
And they was up on the seat like at the bar mitzvah.
Yeah, the bar mitzvah.
I'm assuming it means jewel, but it does say Jew.
Yeah, it's missing a couple
and
of
they
letters.
were also crying because they are women and they cannot control their emotions.
They're emo toins.
That's like their
Imitoins.
that's
They
like
cannot
their
get
control
information
their
Imitoins.
high
superhighway.
dances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're emo.
Girls'
toins.
information superhighway is their freaking heart.
It's the fucking pussy.
Freaking emotional stupid heads.
Bitch ass.
Stupid bitches.
Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. were there and being held and crying, and a baby. And there was also Silver, who was crying a little. And even Espio too was crying a little. Where they all were. Mrs. Lesson was there and she was crying, which made her look uglier. And the lunch lady was there too. And even though she was very big and strong, she cried too. Because Sonic is dead. Sonic's Chinese doctor was there also. He did not cry because, oh, come on.
Come on.
You gotta read it.
Oh my god.
All right, I do not approve of what I'm about to read.
You're
This
reading
is
a
what it
fan
says.
fiction. Just read it.
Jesus Christ.
Sonic's Chinese doctor was there too also. He did not cry because his eyes were too small to let them tears out.
Everybody be very straight-faced. We, the
Yeah.
Beef Boys, we do not approve of this.
We do not
We do
condone
not
this.
approve of this message.
Clear
Chinese people are
racism.
cool.
Charmy and Vector were not at Sonic's funeral because they were dead now. Blaze the cat was not there because no one liked her and no one invited her.
Damn.
Amy looked at Rouge and said to Rouge,
Very sad though. She said she was going to come to Sonic's funeral. She's not here.
Amy sounded weird and sad, and she did not have any teeth, so all of her words came out so idiotly. It was like she was a ghost who could not speak a language that humans could understand. She usually did not talk, now that she did not teeth, because Sonic punched them out of her mouth and into space before he killed himself.
I do not know. Is that he could be late that he is not here?
Said Rouge back to Amy in a sad way. They were right. Shadow was not there. Shadow was dark, and even he was not dark enough to not go to Sonic's fun reel.
Come on, kids. Don't think about it as a funeral. Think it about a fun reel.
Fun reel.
Dude, I swear the author has like given up this chapter. Like these sentences are increasingly ridiculous and don't make sense.
Yeah, they are.
That's what like happened with fucking
Ebobi?
My Immortal near the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was gearing up to go on a big vacation, so it's like,
That's right.
Fair
who
enough.
gives a shit about this?
Tails.
Said Amy, now to Tails instead of Rouge, who was on the other side of her, more towards the middle of it.
Where is Shadow? Shadow is not here.
Tails looked really sad and crying some. James?
What? Oh.
And everyone thought he is going to kill himself in a few days because he's so sad. And his best friend is now his dead friend.
Bars.
Yeah.
I do not know, and it is pissing me off. I should send a robot to kill him.
Said Tails, sounding mad and sad. Amy made a sad and disappointing face and said,
High school drama is so crazy.
Then the funeral man went back to the front like a standing racehorse going to the front and started talking again.
Hello, family and friends and teenagers. We are now going to talk about why we love Sonic so much and we miss him. Everyone, please come up and say a nice thing about Sonic so we can remember him before we put him down.
My camera just died.
Oh, no.
Tails got up first and went to the spot where he was and said,
Sonic was my best friend. He was the coolest and fastest, and he always knew what to do when we were bored and wanted to have fun. We lived in different houses, but it is like we did not because we saw each other on the bus. I miss Sonic.
Tails started to cry more. And everyone thought that was sad, and Tails went back. Then Amy and Sonic's mum both did not go because they were both crying too much. And Amy was embarrassed of her no teeth at all.
Oh my god.
Then got up Rouge, who was holding Knuckles and Knuckles Jr. like a sexy pelican carrying 2 watermelons in its mouth.
What? Did they just take analogy class in like 4th grade? What is happening this episode? What, like, you learned what like and as means and just went in.
Yeah.
I am going to miss Sonic so much. He was such a cool and nice guy with the best morals, and everyone knew his penis was bigger than everyone else's.
Rouge was so sex thinking, but it was okay, because it is all about saying good things about the dead person at a funeral, and everyone nodded anyway, because it was. Knuckles said,
I am a baby now, but I have always been Sonic's friend. I miss him and want to thank care of him for taking care of me as a baby and helping me with my schoolwork as a baby now.
And then Knuckles Jr. said,
I only knew Sonic for a few weeks, but he is the coolest guy I have ever known. He was so fast and smart and good at everything. I wish he didn't kill himself.
Then Espio went and said some more sad things, and so did Cream and Silver and the rest of everyone, like a conga line of being sad. The lunch lady said that she will always miss Sonic and that he was a nice boy and that she wanted to take him and his friends to see Asia. And Sonic's doctor said that it might not be so bad that Sonic died because now his bull disease has been naturalized.
Naturalized.
Well, God, you know.
By the time that everyone was done saying things about Sonic, they were all so tired from crying and hungry that they needed to stop and have some food. They had caramel because Sonic really liked it after that time he had it on vacation, and they had soda because it always made them smile.
Cation.
Soda makes bubbles, and it is cool because how do they do it? I don't know, bro.
That's my favorite line of the whole thing.
That's so good.
Soda makes bubbles, and it is cool because how do they do it?
My man's just fascinated with the natural world.
That's
carbon.
funny.
He just like shook his head like after writing. He wrote that down. He was like,
The streets ain't ready for this one.
How do they do it?
But still, even after they did all this, Shadow was not here, and some people thought that was rude, and Tails was about to find him and cut his
Homo throat.
Shadow is still not here.
said Tails, just out loud to everyone, and not really anyone.
What the heck?
Okay, stop eating. We are gonna put Sonic into the ground forever.
Everyone started to yelp.
It's like,
Yeah.
Stop!
no more.
Stop!
It's over.
There's Barry the Hedgehog.
Spoons up, spoons up.
Everyone started to yelp and cry
Yup.
because that meant Sonic would never come back. Because you would never get so tired digging him up. Because you would get so tired digging him up that holy shit, that you would quit even if he was alive.
Wait.
The next
this guy just
bar is
said,
killing
like,
me.
Even if he knew his boy was alive underground, you're like,
He
well,
gets
I
so
already
tired.
did this once,
It's,
dude.
it's so deep. It's
It's just, like, come on, you shouldn't have done 6 feet.
Me to my friend that's 3 inches from the surface, and I get tired.
Well, God.
sorry, bro. Everyone went back to the sitting zone and sat in chairs, and the funeral man and his dead person workers picked up the coffin like it was only a cotton candy suitcase and lifted it over the big hole in the ground they made for Soddenbeck.
Vic.
Okay, here he goes.
Said the funeral man, and they dropped the coffin into the hole, and it made a loud sound.
No, wait.
Said a voice from the back, and would you guess it? It was Shadow, who was now here at the funeral. Finally here after it was almost done. And then he said,
I have to say something about my friend before you cover him up with the dirt.
Shadow walked up to the front, and Tails reached out, punched him right in the balls as he was walking by, and it put Shadow's balls out of business.
I'm sorry, babe. These balls are out of commission.
Sorry, babe. I gotta file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on these balls. Don't be late. Why are you late? This is so mean to Sonic and everyone.
Said Tails screamingly. Shadow was going backwards in pain because his balls felt like 2 apples getting eaten by birds. Ugh.
Ow! I'm sorry. Listen, I have a reason. Just listen.
Said Shadow back in pain to Tails. Shadow finished being in super ball pain, 64, and went to the speaking area and said,
Is this thing on? Listen, everyone. Sonic, who died, has always been my friend.
The dead one.
I may be a dark guy, and I may disagree with Sonic sometimes, but he is always my friend, and I miss him so much, even though it has only been a few days since he jumped off the big cliff and messed up his body to death. But I have something I think everyone will all like.
Shadow took out a bag that looked glowing from it.
I spent my whole life collecting the Ultra Chaos Emeralds, and these are them. What they do is grant you one wish when you use them, and then you have to go hide them before you die, and after 100 years, someone else can find them and use them. Well, it is time that they are used once again.
Shadow held the bag of them up in the air and said,
I'm making fucking mac and cheese. Ultra Chaos Emeralds. I call up the gods and use you to bring the powers down and give them to me to grant my wish. I wish.
And he did a dramatic stop, and everyone looked shocked and amazed and surprised at what he was going to wish for. What would Shadow wish for? Is it going to be a lot of money? Virgin.
So funny if it was.
He was like,
So
I wish for
successful.
$6.
Shadow raised his face up.
I wish to bring Sonic back to healthy life.
Beautiful.
And I'm making fucking mac and cheese and nobody can stop me.
The bag glowed really hard, and everyone was making a big deal and talking and going around. The funeral man and his people got up Sonic's coffin out of the hole and put it back in front of everyone. The funeral man used his tool to open the coffin, and there was Sonic. He talked to him, shook him, and checked for a heartbeat. But no, fairy tales are not real, and Sonic was dead.
And checked for a hard beat. Like fucking, he's checking to see
a hard beat.
He's checking to see if fucking I don't know.
He's beating him off. Like, the fucking...
Oh,
he's beating him
callback.
off.
I wasn't expecting Sonic to not revive, bro. I thought he was about to get hit with the res.
I wonder if he'll come back to life in the next chapter.
Well, you have to find out next time on
In the finale
Sonic
of
Ball
Game
Z.
All
High
Problem
School.
Z.